For this Saturday morning chit chat. I just finished an interview with a wonderful gentleman. His name is Professor Raj Raghunathan from the University of Austin in Texas. He teaches marketing there, but is also a renowned global authority on happiness. We had a wonderful conversation with him, nice and early on Indian Standard Time. And I believe was late for him. So I was in the office early. You must be thinking, what is Simerjeet doing in his suit so early on a Saturday morning? That's the background story. And I thought it's a good time to reach out to all of you and to say hello. So we'll just wait for the first few viewers to log in on a Saturday morning. There we are. Lakhan Mehra, Dr. Asif, and Hemant Sharma, Anuj Bhardwaj, Zubair Afridi, Shruti Tandon, all of you, good morning. Fantastic. It's good to see you all. Good morning, Raman, and everybody else who's joining in. I'm doing good, Zubair and Subhashri Chatterjee, Ajay Raj, Chetan Sharma, KJ Paul, Sagar Sharma, Captain Pranav Prasoon Thakur, good morning. Good morning. Tell me, which city are you logging in from in the comment section? Vikram, good morning. Ehsan Ali, Duryodhana, Rashid. Tell me, which city are you joining this live feed from? I'm doing good, Pooja. Thank you so much. Let's see, Auckland. Oh, fantastic. Okay. How are things in Auckland? I would love to visit New Zealand someday. Let me see, because there's loads of comments coming in. I got Kolkata, Mumbai, Auckland was Mani Sarao. Thanks, Ravi, for the compliment. We got Kolkata and Nagpur, Mumbai again, Jalandhar, Punjab, Manisha Redhi. Good. Toronto, Canada, Charu Batra, Vinay Singh, Shahab Ali, Fiji Islands. Wow, Ravinish Prasad, Fiji. Oh, I've heard it's beautiful. I would love to visit someday. Bangalore, Naveen Kumar, Pooja from Nasik. Fantastic, wonderful to have this conversation with all of you people. Houston, Texas, Muhammad Salim from Houston, Raman Bhalla from Patna, Bihar, Kirti Toman. I'm doing very good, Kirti, thank you. Dubai, Chhattisgarh, Lahore, Europe. Fantastic. Great. Guys, I wanted to share this beautiful poem with you. By the way, we are recording a new series, new episodes of an old series. That series was called #Poetry That Inspires. All of you really, I think you gave a lot of love and affection to those videos. Some of those videos went viral too, including the Mother Teresa's poem as well, Do It Anyway poem, and Have You Earned Your Tomorrow. We got some great response to those. That series was called #Poetry That Inspires, and we are recording new videos in that series too. Shivani from Haridwar, you're welcome. Stephen from Tripura, Manoj Kumar from Patna. So, we will be recording new videos, and you will see them on all different platforms. By the way, there's some little error in my software. I do not know which social media handle you're joining in from. So I'm not sure if you're logging in from Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, but we'll have this conversation anyway. I can see your comments, but I can't see which social media handle you're joining in from. As you enter this weekend, here are some words of inspiration for you from Ella Wheeler Wilcox. This poem is titled As You Go Through Life, and she wrote, "Don't look for the flaws as you go through life. Don't look for the flaws as you go through life, and even when you find them, it is wise and kind to be somewhat blind. Don't look for the flaws as you go through life, and even when you find them, it is wise and kind to be somewhat blind. And look for the virtue behind them. And look for the virtue behind them, for the cloudiest night has a hint of light, somewhere in its shadows hiding. It is better by far to hunt for a star than the spots on the sun abiding. The current of life runs ever away to the bosom of God's great ocean. Don't set your force against the river's course and think to alter its motion. Don't waste a curse on the universe. Remember, it lived before you. Don't butter the storm with your puny form, but bend and let it go over you. The world will never adjust itself. I think this is worth repeating. The world will never adjust itself to suit your whims to the letter. Some things must go wrong. Some things must go wrong your whole life long. And the sooner you know it, the better. Some things must go wrong your whole life long, and the sooner you know it, the better. It is folly to fight with the infinite. It is folly to fight with the infinite and go under at last in the wrestle. The wiser man shapes into God's plan as water shapes into vessel. It is folly to fight with the infinite and go under at last in the wrestle. The wiser man shapes into God's plan as water shapes into a vessel. Beautiful poem there by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. So, the reason why I logged in on a very short notice, number one was to say hi to all of you. Bobby D'Souza, how are you, my friend? Rekha, Harshja, Gurjeet, do me a favor. We got Pankaj Jamlani from the UK. Do me a favor, guys. This little man function of the software, I'm not aware which social media platform you're logging in from. So would you just please let me know in the comment section, whether it's Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, where are you joining from? So Hashri Chatterjee, well, the last line was beautiful. It is a beautiful poem. It gives me goosebumps every single time. And my takeaway from this poem by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, which is titled As You Go Through Life, is just based on a reflection on the conversation that I just had with Professor Raj Raghunathan, who runs a very popular online course, by the way, on happiness. Thanks, a lot of viewers from YouTube there. And I think towards the end of the conversation, what really emerged, what was very powerful, was happiness is not the default state of our mind. We acquired a trait from our ancestors, and that was to be suspicious, to look for what's not working well. I've explained that in another video called the missing tile syndrome. Our subconscious mind is programmed to look for what's missing. जो चीज़ नहीं है, उसको ढूंढने में our mind will pay a lot more attention, because that's the theory of evolution. Back when we lived in the caves or in the jungles, we had to be cautious about every little thing. Should I be eating this fruit, or shouldn't be eating this fruit? Will it kill me, or will it nourish me? You know, those were sort of the worries we had in our mind. Now the problem is we inherited the same brain and the same way of thinking. Therefore, do not make the mistake of assuming that happiness will you won't do anything about it and you'll be happy. No. If you leave your brain into a default mode, it is going to go towards negativity and pessimism. So just with a little bit of an effort, you can improve the quality of your life by practicing simple things like daily gratitude, like writing down every day what's working well with your life. If not every day, every week or every month, write down what's working well. So with a little bit of hard work, with a little bit of focus, you can train your mind to focus on what is working well in your life. And I think that's going to make a huge difference. Hi Gurjeet, pleasure to have you here. Nisha Bhargav, you want to become a news reporter? Where to start? Well, start by pretending to be a news reporter in front of the mirror. That'll be a good start. Pradeep ji, how are you? Shilpa, morning from Kenya. Wow, beautiful. So much, Audrey, how to increase our attentiveness while we are studying for a long time. Just cut down the distractions, Soman. That's all you need to do. Okay? Sanjay Pandey, our brain does not always have tactical advantage for us. Our brain always has a tactical advantage. Yeah, but sometimes, yes, I agree. Because it's programmed. And your brain is like a muscle that can be reprogrammed, right? So if you start your day, 30 days start with a smile challenge also. We had put out that video some time back from Javed Akhtar Saab ji, whose lines were, Dil aakhir tu kyun rota hai, duniya mein yun hi hota hai. Dil aakhir tu kyun rota hai, duniya mein yun hi hota hai. Thoda gum hai sabka qissa, thodi dhoop hai sabka hissa. Oh my heart, why are you sad? Why are you miserable? This is how the world works. Everybody gets a little bit of their sunshine and a little bit of their darkness. So understand that's how life works and make the best of it. Prince Yadav, Baljit Kaur, Harsh Jha, Yaqub Rizvi, Bhavesh, Rahul, all of you are welcome. And apart from taking your questions side by side as and when I catch them on this live feed, we've been into this live feed for 10 minutes. I'll anticipate I'll be with you for the next 5 minutes as well. JB from Texas, good morning. How are you? Doing well? Vishal, Shraddha, Pradeep Sharma, Gulam Asraf, Akarshik Bhardwaj. Thank you, Roshan Kumarji. And okay, great. So I'll take questions from the audience in a little bit, but I had some important stuff to share with you. I call them the Super 7. So I did some keynotes recently for youngsters, and the Super 7 was sort of the core of what I was sharing with them, and I'd like to share the Super 7 with you too as you enter the weekend. Now, the Super 7, the 7 things that I feel can make a huge impact in your life, make a huge difference in your life. Number 1, be self-driven. That's number 1, okay? I'll use this little sound effect to catch your attention. Number 1, be self-driven. And you will assist me in this little conversation here so that I know that you're listening. What I would like you to do is type in Super 7 number 1, which is I will learn to be self-driven. I will push myself. Type that in the chat box, please. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and say out loud, I will learn to push myself. I'll be self-driven. Type that in the chat box, please. I will learn to push myself, and I will be self-driven. And that's what I want you to be. I want you to be a self-driven individual. Ajit, thank you. You're the first one. Type this in the chat box, please. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and say out loud, I will learn to push myself. I will be self-driven. This is one of the most important qualities of people who succeed in life is they don't wait for external stimulus. They learn to push themselves. Okay? This is number 1. Number 2 is learn to delay gratification. Okay? This is really very important. Learning to delay gratification. They did an experiment called the Marshmallow Experiment. My team will share the videos with you. It was one of the most important landmark experiments in psychology called the Marshmallow Experiment. And the Marshmallow Experiment was this. They gave little kids a little marshmallow box, a little jar full of marshmallows. And the person who was conducting the experiment said, when I leave the room, you have 2 choices. Choice number 1, you can grab a marshmallow and eat it immediately. Okay, that was choice number 1. Choice number 2, you can wait for 15 minutes. I'll come back in 15 minutes. And if you wait for 15 minutes, I'll give you 2 marshmallows. Now, they did research and they found out that the kids who were able to wait that 15 minutes and they were able to think for the long run. They said, I love marshmallows, but if I take one right now, I will not have the other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for 15 minutes and I'll wait for the instructor to come back and I'll have 2. So they tracked the research, the success of the second group, and they found out they did well on every score. And it turns out that your ability to delay your gratification is one of the most important predictors of your overall success in life. Therefore, this is point number 2. Take a deep breath in, please. Inhale. And say it loud to yourself. I will learn to delay gratification. I will learn to delay gratification, which means even if I know I can buy that car or that house or whatever, that luxury today, and even if I know I can buy it, I have the resources to buy it. But if I wait for a little bit longer and invest my money today and wait for some time and then buy it, that muscle, if you strengthen it, will have an effect on every aspect of your life. Okay? So develop self-control. That's what delaying gratification is all about. Number 3, enjoy the process. This is number 3. Deep breath in, please, everybody. Thank you. Gurjeet, Ankit, Himanshu. Type in number 3, please. I will learn to enjoy the journey. Number 3 is this. Learn to enjoy the journey, guys. Very, very important. Learn to enjoy the journey. If you want to be happy, in your life, give me a thumbs up, right? And I'm sure all of you want to be happy, right? So number 3 is very important for you. Only those of us who enjoy the journey will be the ones who'll be happy. Because, these big achievements, they only happen once in a while. Big achievements don't happen every day. You don't sign $1 million contracts every day. You don't win the lottery every day. You don't travel to exotic locations every day, right? So you all want to be happy? Then type in number 3. I will learn to enjoy the journey. Whatever your journey is right now. Maybe it's going really well. Maybe you're going through a tough phase. Whatever you're going through right now, find out the small things. My morning coffee, whenever I come early, and we've been doing some work with folks in the US a lot recently, so we have to be up here really early. Sometimes I'm in my office 5 a.m. Indian Standard Time, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. It's really quiet. And just to smell the coffee in the morning, these freshly, when we grind the coffee beans, the blue Tokai coffee beans that we are using, this one particular that I love the most is called the Monsoon Malabar. When I just smell the fresh coffee in the morning and have my first sip of the coffee, wow, that's like, it fills me up with gratitude for the simple luxury in life is a good cup of coffee in the morning. So learn to enjoy the small things, learn to enjoy your journey, right? Slow down so you can appreciate the small things in your life. Slow down as you wear your jacket, your clothing, your cotton shirt or whatever you're wearing, and observe it, just feel it and just feel the gratitude for it. Wow. Slow down and just smell the perfume as you wear it. Slow down and just taste your breakfast. And be thankful for the person who prepared it for you. Slow down, look at the sunrise. Slow down, look at the flowers. Slow down, take a deep breath in. Slow down, listen to some nice music. Don't go so fast that you're not able to enjoy the journey, because you're going to regret this in the end. Even after you achieve a milestone, you hit some major accomplishment, and then a feeling of emptiness is going to come, say, now what? Okay? So in order to protect yourself from this feeling of now what, this is the right thing to do, which is enjoy the journey. That's number 3. Okay? You with me so far? Number 1 was be self-driven. Number 2 was delay gratification. Number 3 was enjoy the process. Number 4, develop a future pull. Morning, Mandeep. How are you? What means slow down? Slow down means थोड़ा धीरे चलो यार. What's the rush? Deep breath in. Ahista. Thanks, Gurjeet. Deep breath in, please. And number 4, develop a future pull. Develop a future pull. That is number 4. Please type this in the chat box. I will develop a future pull. If you want to wake up in the morning full of energy, full of zest for life, full of joie de vivre, what the French call it, you need a future pull. And what I mean by a future pull is something to look forward to, okay? Something to look forward to, some vision of the future. I don't know, could be losing weight, could be you want to be more fit and healthy, could be you want to, develop some new skill, improve your communication skills, could be you want to open a new business. Have a future pull, some vision of the future that is exciting, right? So that it pulls you forward. Remember, the first one I said is I will push myself. So once you have a future pull, ये future आपको आगे खींचेगा. This future is going to pull you forward in your mind, okay? In your mind. Helen Keller, she said this. She said the person who does not have a vision is worse than the person who is blind. So to be able to see, having eyesight is the ability to appreciate what you can see right now. Having vision is the ability to see what you cannot see right now. And remember this, human beings, we are one of the only species, I believe, as far as research says, who can look far ahead into the future. Animals cannot think beyond a few minutes. Human beings, we can plan for the future. We can dream for the future. Let those dreams pull you forward. So that was number 4. So number 1 was be self-driven. Number 2 was delay gratification. Number 3, enjoy the process. Number 4, develop a future full. Number 5, practice Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of always improving yourself. Take a deep breath in, please, once again. And say out loud, I will learn in every day and every way. I'm getting better and better. In every way, in every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. The Japanese call it Kaizen, which is continuous improvement, okay? Practice this on your life. Practice this on your life, which is How can I improve a little bit today? Small things make a huge difference, all right? Practicing Kaizen, just like you improve machinery or processes or systems, think about improving yourself. The 1% difference in your attitude today will make a huge difference in a few years' time. All right, that was number 5. Number 6, think and act creatively. Your unique human gift is creativity. Okay, look at all these tools that we are able to use to reach out to you. It is creative thinking. Some of the biggest challenges in the world can be solved only through human creativity. And that is a unique gift that we have as human beings. So learn to think and act creatively. So, I don't know, if you look at an empty, this is a glass water bottle, but if you look at I'm not advertising Perrier, by the way, but if this is a glass water bottle, but if you were to take a plastic water bottle, what are the 10 uses you can think of a water bottle apart from storing water? Let me know in the comment section. What are the 10 things you can do with a plastic water bottle apart from storing water? Let me know in the comment section. Wine, okay. It's too early for wine, Muskan. Wow. I like that creative answer. But no, let me know in the nahi, wine nahi hai usme, Muskan, there's no wine in that. But I'm giving you a little challenge here. Think of an empty plastic water bottle or a soft drink bottle, and what can you use it? Okay, I've got to use it as a flower vase, flower pot, storing stationery, pencils. You can cut it into 2 halves. You can plant. You can even light up homes. We'll share that video with you in the comments. Some person has thought so creatively. What they do is in the slums, and started in the Philippines. They took these plastic bottles, they cut them into a half, they put some bleach inside it, and half of the bottle would be outside getting the sunlight, catching the sunlight. The other half would be inside the room, and it would bring in the sunlight inside. So many things. So think and act creatively. That's how you can make progress. Vivek Joshi ji, good morning. How are you? So the point that I'm trying to illustrate is this, that if your creativity is your gift to progress. That you will discover many shortcuts through your creativity. So that was number 6. So let me just quickly repeat. If you guys also remember the 6 things I've shared with you so far, please type them in the comment section. Number 1, be self-driven, learn to push yourself. Number 2, delay gratification. Number 3, learn to enjoy the process, the journey. Number 4, develop a future pull. Number 5, practice the Japanese principle of Kaizen and continuous improvement. Number 6, think and act creatively. And number 7, commit to lifelong learning. Commit to lifelong learning. Commit to constant learning, unlearning and relearning. Be a lifelong student. That is really what you need to be in order to succeed in this changing world, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very important. Don't take anything for granted. Right? So let's do this affirmation once again as we start a beautiful day. Deep breath in and say out loud, I commit to being a lifelong student. I will be a student for the rest of my life. Yes, fantastic. I will learn from everywhere, from good experiences and bad experiences. I commit to lifelong learning. Sangeeta Nirolaji, thank you for joining. Commit to lifelong learning. Okay. Oh, thanks, Ajit, for typing in all the 7 points. Wow, I really appreciate that. So this was number 7. Commit to lifelong learning. The world is changing very fast. We wouldn't be able to do this live feed in such high quality with you if it wouldn't be for all the learning, unlearning and relearning that we had to do ever since the COVID-19 situation struck. So learn to reinvent yourself, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, learn to reinvent yourself. It's really, really important because the world is changing very fast. You cannot take any of your skills for granted. Okay? So, I will perhaps take 1 or 2 questions. Amrita ji, I really appreciate your comments. Amrita Mohanty, I see your comments on our YouTube videos all the time. I really appreciate that. Pinku, love you too. Sumit Reja, I'll be a student for the rest of my life. Yes. Love you, sir, from Lahore, Pakistan. Well, love to Ali, to you, and to everybody in Lahore, Pakistan too. Thanks, Ajit, for typing in all the 7 ones. I've just had a question. Can I repeat the 5th one? 5th is practice Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of continuous self-improvement. Always be a work in progress. Great. Power of gratitude. Fantastic. Perseverance. What's my take on perseverance? Yes, please do watch this series of videos that we created. It's called Ek Nayi Shuruaat. I talk about 7 P's. One of the P's there is perseverance, and I would suggest you go watch that video. Are our scriptures relevant in modern times? Absolutely yes, Ashwini. Yes, absolutely. Good morning from Mauritius. Oh, wow. Hi, Shay Smile. I love that place. I visited once, and I really enjoyed. The waters were so clear. The beaches were so beautiful. I would love to visit Mauritius once again. I love the French accents and your vanilla tea. Nitesh Krival, practice Kaizen. What is my advice for students? Ritik Umang. Ritik, my team will share with you in the comments afterwards, or just type in into YouTube hashtag Ek Nayi Shuruaat. It's a video series that we created exclusively for students in Hindi from the Indian subcontinent. I'm sure you'll find a lot of value in it. Fantastic. Power of compounding, I read somewhere. Absolutely. Compounding is a very, very powerful effect. Read that book by James Clear. It's called Atomic Habits. Will add a lot of value to you. Great. So, time to say goodbye. But before I go, once again, this poem from Ella Wheeler Wilcox, which is titled As You Go Through Life. Don't look for the flaws as you go through life. And even when you find them, it is wise and kind to be somewhat blind. And look for the virtue behind them. For the cloudiest night has a hint of light, somewhere in its shadows hiding. It is better by far to hunt for a star. It is better by far to hunt for a star than the spots on the sun abiding. The current of life runs ever away to the bosom of God's great ocean. Don't set your force against the river's course and think to alter its motion. Don't waste a curse on the universe. Remember, it lived before you. Don't butt at the storm with your puny form, but bend and let it go over you. The world will never adjust itself. The world will never adjust itself to suit your whims to the letter. Some things must go wrong your whole life long, and the sooner you know it, the better. Some things must go wrong your whole life long, and the sooner you know it, the better. It is folly to fight with the infinite. It is folly to fight with the infinite and go under at last in the wrestle. The wiser man shapes into God's plan as water shapes into a vessel. The wiser man shapes into God's plan as water shapes into a vessel. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your life. It's a gift. Spend it well. Thank you for being here on this live feed, and we are just under the 30-minute mark. Bye-bye, Meenakshi ji, and bye to all of you as well. And I will catch you soon on another live feed or another YouTube video. Take care. Bye.